Good morning, guys. Welcome to the new update. We have the new packs in store and we will talk about should you buy the packs or should you save your gems. How good are the packs? How bad are the packs? Let's take a look. We have obviously the two new selection packs that were announced. Invincible Aces with the Dragoon reprint finally and Chaotic Showtime. Let's firstly take a look at the Invisible Aces. We have these new packs. We also have new secret packs which we can take a look at. Only the True Dracos forging here where they give us the newly from the ban list returned masterpiece, True Draco Slayer. This is a Draco Slayer focused one. I guess it's quite nice actually, since they are only for ultra rares and all of them are actually Draco Slayer related. Then again, I personally am not quite sure what you actually need from this Draco Slayer stuff to make the deck work, since I'm not really playing that. But I would guess, and you can correct me in the comments below, that for everyone wanting to play Draco Slayers, you would definitely want to get this secret pack. Then again, if you only need to get the masterpiece, then obviously just go ahead and craft the masterpiece probably once, I would guess. Let's take our free pull and see whether we can get him. Normally we're actually quite lucky with the free pulls, but this time around it's only a super rare. Then let's take a look at the reprint pack that we have received here. So the Invisible Aces here and Dragoon animation. Okay, this is actually quite cool. The Draco Slayer is also in here, and then we have Avra Max, also the reprints that we have talked about, the returning cards from the ban list. Nightmare Goblin is an ultra rare, also Nightmare Mermaid. We have Nightmare Griffin in here, we have Dingursu in here, or Gursu, which you can combine with these Nightmare cards. There's a Ghost Mourner that's actually quite nice. Lord of the Heavenly Prison, not useless. This is actually useless. I guess they have it in here because there's a red as Dark Dragoon, but if you would put a card in here to fusion summon for the red as Dark Dragoon, it would be the Dark Magician, not the Red Eyes Black Dragon. We have Dark Ruler No More, Triple Tactics Thrust, and Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. These are actually quite nice ultra rares. So recently, Konami has done a good job, I would say, with these reprint packs, putting in some meta-relevant cards. Still, I guess, whatever you want from this pack, probably a Dragoon, then you would just go ahead and craft the Dragoon and don't pull from this pack, since there are actually too many ultra rares to really ensure that you get the ultra rare that you really need. We can also check if there are any other newly added cards. There's the IP, it's just a super rare that you can obviously just go ahead, craft, and yeah, this is everything for the new cards. So don't buy this pack. I would say this is never ever a good strategy. Just go ahead and craft your one Dragoon if you want him and call it a day. And then we obviously have our big pack here, the Chaotic Showtime. Let's first check out the new, we have a Gimmick Puppet, Boss Monster icon here, and we have a new wallpaper for Sinful Spoils. Very nice. And then we also have, I saw a new protector. This is actually quite cool, a Dragoon protector. I'm definitely counting on seeing a lot of people running this on the ladder, but let us see. And then we come to our main thing here, the Chaotic Showtime, the new pack. Let's check out the animations of firstly the XYZ Gimmick Puppet. It's quite cool with the strings here. I really like it. And then we have the Diabel's Queen of the White Forest. Honestly, this animation is a bit clunky. I think this is a bit clunky in my opinion. And then we have the Floodgate Diabelze, the original Sin Keeper, as well as a Trickster Noble Angel. Sad that the Silhouette Rabbit doesn't get the animation, but let's take a look at this. And this is obviously the most interesting parts. These are the cards we already knew of. We have a Diabellstar reprint in here, then obviously the Diabelze. Then the Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers is an ultra rare. We have the Astela of the White Forest being an ultra rare. Definitely the better one to be the ultra rare, since the other one is the one that you definitely play 3 of in every variant of the White Forest stuff. This is a bit sad because this is actually a 3 of nearly everywhere. Then we have Trickster Hoodie. Not quite sure whether you need the girl. We have Wanted reprint. That's not bad actually, since if you're not aware, the White Forest stuff that we are getting here will be able to be paired up with the Diabellstar, Wanted, Sinful Spoils, Azamina stuff that will come to us in the future. So there's a lot of really good future support for White Woods, but I will talk about the meta relevancy of these archetypes in a second here. And then we have Tales of the White Forest being an ultra rare. This is nice since you only need one of this. So let's talk about the ultra rares first here. I think if you would just go here and want to craft the ultra rare that you will use in most decks and don't want any of these archetypes, just go ahead and craft a Silhouette Rabbit. This is a really nice card that you can make with 2 effect monsters, and that will get you the ability to summon the Angel Statue Azurun from your deck. This is an inherent summon negate, really strong, and also if you summon this statue, you will also be able to use the rabbit's effect to destroy a card. You could also, this is the other option, use the silhouette head trick. If you summon this trap to the field, to the monster zone, then you can afterwards in a new chain negate a card on the field. So these are the two options that you normally would use with your rabbit here. The rabbit is not as relevant here in Master Duel as it is in the TCG, since in the TCG they don't have Appaloosa anymore, and they also don't have a Baron de Fleur, which is not that relevant, but the Appaloosa definitely is. So every body, every excess extra body that you have on the field that you would normally make an Appaloosa with, you can't in the TCG, which is why they are going into the rabbit to get additional interruption on the field. You can also play the rabbit in White Forest, White Woods, so this is something to think about. If you want to just craft the best card out of the pack, then go ahead and craft the rabbit and call it a day. If you want Gimmick Puppet stuff, you would need 2 of these here. So I think this is an older one, or this is also a new one. You would need 2 of the Gimmick Puppet Fantastic Machinex, and then 2 XYZ Gimmick Puppet Fantastics Machinex. You would also want a triple Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers, and that's it for the Gimmick Puppet stuff. So I would say it could be worth pulling for the Gimmick Puppet stuff for sure. All of the other stuff is super rare in here, so that doesn't really matter. We have the Trickstar stuff, where I'm not super sure, honestly. This is where I can not tell you a lot, but since we only have 2 Trickstar cards in here, and I would assume you need this once and this maybe thrice, I would assume that going ahead and just crafting the Trickstar stuff could be the better option here to save gems. If you're not aware, in general, you don't really want to pull from a pack where you only need like 1 or 2 cards from a specific archetype, especially if one of these cards, like the Noble Angel, is probably definitely not a 3-off, then the strategy is even better. So for example, if there would only be these 2 Gimmick Puppet cards in here, then I would just say, okay, just craft these 4 cards here and don't bother. But since there's also Little Soldiers that you need 3 of, I guess it makes sense to pull from here. And then we have White Forest, which from the rarity distribution, I think it's actually not that bad. You only need 1 Diabelle, Queen of the White Forest. You could actually play this without the Diabelle at the moment, since we have not received, unfortunately, the Zapper Shrimp, which is a synchro tuner. If you're not aware, the Diabelle's quick effect says when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can send 1 spell trap from your hand or field to the graveyard for cost, special summon 1 level 7 or lower tuner synchro monster from your extra deck, graveyard or banishment. In this case, since we don't have the Zapper Shrimp, we will summon this girl that flips everything on your opponent's field face down. But there's also a card, the Zapper Shrimp, which you can summon with this, and the Zapper Shrimp destroys a spell trap, and then the Zapper Shrimp can quick effect synchro summon, and with the Zapper Shrimp being level 2 and this level 8, you can make this into a Baron afterwards, which is a really insane play, will be an insane play in the future, but makes this card a bit worse. And since you have an additional alternative to go into this interruption here to flip everything face down, namely the Woes of the White Forest, the trap card, it's not 100% needed to play this Diabelle. I would still go for her, and you need 1 of her for the White Forest stuff. And then you would need, and this is a bit controversial, in the toy box deck of White Forest, you would definitely run 3 of this. In the future, there are less copies of this card in the decks. That's also something to be said. And if you play the runic variant of White Forest, you don't even need her at all. So yeah, then you have the Sylvie, which is honestly a 3-off in basically every deck. Sometimes they only play 2, but as the runic variant as well as the toy box variant definitely play triple Sylvie of the White Forest. And then we have Tales of the White Forest, where you only need 1 of. So I would say White Forest is definitely not the most expensive deck ever. This is quite nice. And the most relevant archetype being the White Forest archetype, obviously. It's actually quite strong right now at the moment, but will definitely become way stronger with the introduction of the Fiendsmith stuff, the Azamina White Forest stuff. But this is way off in the future, so a few months ahead. But this is a good investment for now into the future. When it comes to the Gimmick Puppet stuff, I would honestly say be a bit careful, since this is a very strong and annoying FTK that is enabled by these new cards. I don't really see Konami not hitting this quite soon, since this is really annoying, and Konami hates these strategies in their game. So I'm not quite sure whether I would go deeply into the Gimmick Puppet stuff, honestly, if you want to conserve your resources. And then you have this Lone Diabelle, the original Sinkeeper, that you can play in, for example, your Branded Chimera Illusion deck, and you would only need 1 of the Diabelle. So if you play Diabelle, you only need 1. You don't play this in the White Forest deck actually, so don't be confused there. And yeah, these are my crafting guiding tips for this new pack. Let me know in the comments what you are going for. We will stream on later with the new White Forest card. cards. I'm actually very interested in the cards, so we will stream later on. And there will also be a guide for White Forest, also for the runic variant. Everything will be covered within the next few days. Let me know in the comments what you are planning on playing, and thanks for being here. If you like my channel and my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.